Hi Sandy, this is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and thanks so much for your time today. I figured I'll give you a quick little overview of what Win My Vote is, so if you ever want to forward this video to anyone, they'll have a little bit of context. So Win My Vote is a free voter engagement site where voters can sign up with just an email address or social media account, and without entering any personal information, just a zip code, we can create for them their own online interactive sample ballot for upcoming elections. So this kind of becomes my homepage for everything voting. And this is a 94116 zip code. It's San Francisco, California. So you can see here it goes from the national races, down to the state level races, and then into the congressional districts, state senate and state assembly districts, and then down into the county level races, even the board of supervisors and local school board. It also covers all of the California propositions as well as the San Francisco measures. So as you can see, a voter in San Francisco would have their hands full just trying to keep track of all of the candidates and all of the races, as well as the propositions and the measures. So that was sort of the aim of Win My Votes, to make sure that it was all in one place, that I could sort of track my vote, and I could compare all the candidates. And the thing that's most important to me as a voter is rely on trusted sources, groups and organizations that I trust, and who they're voting for. So that's where your group comes into play. So signing up as a group is free. You can just go right down here where it says groups, and you can click on here where it says sign up. Sorry about that. Where it says sign up, and you'll see this small, just very brief form. And here you'll just want to pick an email. And I'll just do a practice one here. And password. And then this right here, this zip code, this will give you your local ballot. So again, if it's a San Francisco zip code, it will give you San Francisco, the city of San Francisco, the county of San Francisco, the state of California, and then the presidential ballot for California on this presidential years. So you can use your zip code, or you can use the zip code that your organization is headquartered in, or you can create multiple groups with multiple zip codes so that you can cover all the major cities and states that you want. Now these questions right here, you can click on those and and use those. This will, when you're signing up as a group, you're creating an admin account, which is your voter account, as well as the group's account as well. So it's very similar to Facebook, where you're the admin and it's also your page as well. The political party here, you don't have to answer it if you don't want, but it's best to do it if you're a Democrat or a Republican. Those are the parties that have official primaries in all the states. So if you're selected as a Democrat, you'll get the Democratic ballot. If you're selected as a non-party, or say a Green Party or Independent or Libertarian, you won't see the Democrat or the Republican Party primaries. So up here you can put your name, and again it can be your name. This is sort of your voter account, but it doesn't need to be a real name or anything like that. And then you can choose this, or you can skip it. And that's it. And then you'll pick your group name, and then you'll choose whether it's a local group, a state group, or a national group. And again, this will have more to do with other people finding your group than it will do, than it will be any function for your group. So we'll say that you're state level group, and you'll hit save, and it'll say, yep, you get that name. It hasn't been taken yet, and that's it. And then you just start building your page by hovering over here and then choosing a file, as your logo. Here you can choose an image or text or video. We use the YouTube share URL, which I'll show you what that looks like. So here is the Win My Vote YouTube channel, and this is the video that I want to use.
Hi, and welcome to Win My Vote.
So I say, okay, great, and then I just go down here where it says share, and that will give me a URL. I just do a copy and paste, and right in there, and that's it. And then it'll play real time there.
Hi, and welcome to Win My Vote. Win My Vote is a free voter engagement site.
And this little pop-up's telling me not to forget to add trusted sources to my account. That's a good thing. And I can also go down here and do the same thing in these little issue areas right here. I can entitle this, and I'll just title this example. I can put text in here if I want, and then I can choose an image or a video. And then we'll just do a video, and for purposes of this demo, we'll just use the same one. And I'll just do the same thing here, and again, you know, when a user clicks on that, they'll play for them.
Hi, and welcome to Win My Vote.
And I'll show you a finished one. Here's the AFL-CIOs. So you can see here that this is what it looks like when it's finished, and you can see that they have featured endorsements, and one of their featured endorsements is Hillary Clinton, and I can click right on that and listen.
For the better part of a year, I've been talking about the dangerous and divisive Republican nominee for president.
So we're doing a lot of work here on the other featured endorsements that the group has, and we're even going to have where you can click and see the full filled out ballot in any one of the cities or counties or states that this group, you know, has made endorsements on, so that as a user I can go in there and see exactly who they're voting for, who they're endorsing in all the different races. I can also see those endorsements directly on my ballot. So when I go back to my ballot, if I click on a candidate profile, I can see that endorsement right here, and again I can click on it and play.
For the better part of a year, I've been talking.
You know, and with that I can then favorite that candidate. Now endorsements are always important, but I think that they're going to be most important on the down ballot races. So I kind of had a good feel for who I'm going to vote for on the up ballot races. But it gets really tricky when you get down here to things like local school board, where, and again, these are real candidates on a real ballot in 2016, and I had never heard any one of these candidates speak, but now I can hear all of them speak. I can click on it and I can watch in their own words what they have to say.
We live across the street from an elementary school, but the district's assignment process doesn't care. Even though our schools are more segregated today than decades ago, many families have to drive across town every day to get to the best school they could get into, making traffic worse and impacting our jobs. We need to restore San Francisco neighborhoods.
And I can, you know, issue by issue.
I have a question. Did you know that we have a teacher shortage in San Francisco?
And with that, if I decide that you know, Ian is my guy here, and I can check on endorsements here again from local groups and organizations that I trust, I can, you know, favorite him, and when I go back to my ballot, you know, I can see that he's nice and prominent there, and I can also kind of see how he's doing, the percentage of votes or favorites that he has here on Win My Vote, which will help groups a lot to sort of measure their campaigning. So there's lots of other features. Would love to walk you through the demo and talk with you. You know, I know that I'm probably going on about things that are obvious and skipping over things that are unclear. So I'd love to sort of walk you through it and have you ask any questions that you'd like. Thanks a lot. So as far as what, you know, to do, I would say go up and build a page for Iowa and maybe some of the cities as well, and then I can you know, work with you as far as some of the sort of hotter races in the nation right now, where we have San Antonio in 30 days. There's a couple of others in Texas that will happen on that same day, which I think is May 6th. And then we have you know, New York City's big election is coming up, as well as a couple of other big cities you know, are having their mayoral and city council elections as well. So we'd love to talk with you about you know, those ballots and getting groups and organizations set up in those cities and counties and states. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.